Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of NXT on Tap. I am Scalz, and tonight I am joined by the main man, Phil the Future, and Metalcore Mike. How y'all guys doing tonight?
Doing amazing.
Doing all right.
So now I'm going to go over the um, final results from the yearly predictions that we do on our Discord server. So if you are not involved in this, it is something that I suggest you do because we have a lot of fun doing it. At the end of the year, we do this. I mail out a prize to the winner. We are still in the process right now. This is the last year we're doing this prize. I have to come up with something new for next year, but the winner is going to be getting a ring that was made up. It says Vibez Memorial on the front of it. It has a picture right here. Nice little memento for winning. We've had 4 different winners so far. So there's never... It's always been somebody different. Great. Loving it. Always glad to see new people in. The first year we had winning was Relly. He won. Then you had Pestilence. Then we had Giroux. And then last year we had Dunkirk. So those are the 4. This is our 5th year of doing it. So let me bring up the stats. So the way that I do it is I have a Google sheet that I use. I go through every pay-per-view, has all the wins and losses, totals up, and then it tells me who wins, who was the winner for this. So, yes, you can see there's multiple winners. That's why we do tiebreakers, because some people can't have the same record. We need to have the tiebreaker in order to determine who won that pay-per-view. So, this is for the entire year. We start off at the first PLE or pay-per-view after WrestleMania, and it ends at WrestleMania. So this year, the first event is actually going to be Dynasty on Sunday. So I'll be putting out the new predictions starting tomorrow night after AEW goes off the air, because essentially all the matches should be made by then. I know AEW likes to throw matches in together on Friday night and piss me off because it's already out, and then I can't make people do predictions in a day. So it kind of pisses me off on that. But that's the first pay-per-view we're going to be starting off with this. So I'll be reorganizing this. The thing about this is you need to be consistently participating. You can't just come in for 1 week, go 11-0, and be the champion. It's not based off of winning percentage. It is total number of correct guesses throughout the year.
Right.
That being said, so in 20th place down here, the person had 111 correct. He missed a couple of pay-per-views. As you can see, he only has 168 total questions answered.
Oh damn.
Kane is in 21st. He has over 200. Phil missed a few. He's number 17.
I know.
Mike only did a few of them this year. He participated in less than half. He was number 25. So, as you can see, if you participate in more, you have the chance of moving up. So, it's all about consistency. I don't think Jax is on the... Jax had, I think, 2 pay-per-views he participated in. So I had
asking, where's me?
I had a total of 66 people participate last year. So I'm grateful that we had 66 people participate. I just would like to see more people participate consistently. So let's move up. All right. So top 10 was Giroux. He had 164. Number 9 was Goalie Man. He had 164 as well, but he was placed higher because he had participated in more predictions. Shadow finished at number 8 with 165. I beat out Shadow, which I love when that happens.
By 1.
No, I beat out Shadow by 9. I had 174.
Oh no. I was just saying in terms of placement. Like he was 8, but it's 7. Just whoa.
But that also means Shadow missed the pay-per-view because I had one more than him.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Thunderstruck was in 6th place. He had 182. So this is the total number of questions that I did throughout the year. It was 293 questions over the course of all these pay-per-views. So I'll do all the matches unless they add a match late, and then I'll add other stuff into the matches as well. Other little stipulations, questions. At the end of the year, I added a new rule. For the last 3 pay-per-views, I doubled all the scores, so it makes it a little bit more interesting. I think what we're going to do this year for that is I'm going to double all the scores for the 4 big WWE PLEs and the 4 original AEW pay-per-views.
Okay,
so this way it's a fair comparison between the 2 companies to have a good number there.
Yeah, that's going to sweeten the pot.
Broken Doc had 186. Alonzi was at 188, and this is where it was a little tight. You had between 5th and 2nd only a 9-point difference, so pretty close. Alonzi in 4th with 188, Pestilence in 3rd with 189, Prodigy in 2nd with 195, and the first time ever duplicate champion going back-to-back, Dunkirk wins with going 219 and 74. This guy was insane. 219 correct. This guy was on a heater to end the season.
Yeah.
He was in the top. He technically could have won 5 out of the last 6 pay-per-views.
Royal Rumble, Vengeance Day, Revolution,
WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, Stand and Deliver too.
So he actually could have won 5 out of the last 6. This man was going for it. He deserves it. Congratulations to Dunkirk. I'll touch base with you. I know you got a ring last year, so I'm curious if you want another one, or if not, we can find something comparable for you. So this way you can get a prize for winning.
Shadow.
What was my record again? Just curious.
Metal Mike, let me scroll down. 64 and 53.
Yeah, and then I don't
Phil, you were here 118 and 79.
118, 79. All right.
So the whole point of this is to be consistent. That's what this prediction is for. I'm grateful for everybody that was involved in it. I would just want to see, like, the consistent number that we had was probably about 22 or 23 of the same people doing it every week. I would love to bet for that number to be about 30. Makes it more interesting, keeps it going, and it's a lot of fun. Like, I want people to start, kind of smack talking people on it. Yeah, like Shadow said, just start this upcoming pay-per-view, Mike. Make sure you do it, and you'll be good.
Oh, definitely. No, I had some issues with my login for a couple of them.
So, I do remember that, and you kind of got frustrated, so you stopped doing it.
Yeah, but I figured out how I can get involved. It's pretty much, instead of trying to go on the Discord on my phone, I just have to go on Discord on my computer because everything's there and ready. I just come on here and do it. It takes me a minute or 2 to do, and then that's it. So
most of the time I try to do a Google form to allow you guys to pick the questions a lot easier. There are some times where I do have you guys type it out into the Discord. It just depends. Yes, we did a faction, and Shadow will never live it down because his faction won. So, but we had people, and then people not wanting to do the factions anymore, so we kind of got rid of that. Just want to keep this going. That being said, I'll be putting out the predictions for Dynasty tomorrow night after AEW Dynamite. But I'll be dropping this link later on, as soon as we get off of here, into the server. Let me stop sharing this and go to a new screen. So next Thursday, right here on Off the Top and River City, we are going to be doing a WWE draft preview show. It's going to be going on about 8:15 on Thursday night. We're going to discuss what we think is going to happen, where we think people are going to go. We're going to give our predictions because the draft starts the following night at SmackDown. I want from our community is for everybody to participate in a mock draft. So I put together this Google sheet. I'm going to put out a link. It's going to be a template. So what you're going to have to do is you have to fill it out and then send me back the link so I can see your picks, because it will not update my sheet. My my sheet is going to be the main one where I'm going to track everything, and then I'm going to compare what everybody else does to mine to see how many people got not only the brand correct, but possibly the spot that it was in. I added NXT in this because I have a feeling that NXT is going to have picks.
Yep.
It might not be every single round that they do, because they usually do 2 picks per round. It might not be the same with NXT. I'm not exactly sure. So you don't have to fill out all the NXT if you don't want to, but Raw and SmackDown must be filled out in order to get points for this.
Got it.
If you pick the correct round and brand, you get 2 points. If you correct round and wrong brand, it's 1 point. If you pick the correct brand, not round, that's also a point. So you have a potential way to earn. There's 3 different ways you could earn points. I'll be writing this all in the Discord. Just wanted to go over it now. So once you send it back to me, I will keep track of it. At the end, I'm going to pick who I'm going to go through and see who has the most correct. At that point, I will be contacting you. You guys will be winning an off the top shirt from from our merch shop. I will get your size. I will order it, mail it out to you, no charge to you. So, like I said, there's lots of things in here. You have names on a list. I did take him out already. Okay. As you pick the name, it comes with a drop-down list. You just choose who you want to do.
Okay.
It will allow you to choose the same person more than once. So when you do it, just make sure that you're not choosing the same person more than once. It doesn't cross them off. But yeah, just something interesting to do. I like to have fun in our server. I wish more people were active in the server. Definitely trying to do that and get us back to where we need to be. So anybody have any thoughts on it?
So, just real quick, I did do a quick research thing to see whether NXT is going to be involved in the draft or not. And what I'm reading here is that NXT is indeed going to be involved. Scalz, I can send you the link if you want to look over this, just to confirm. But I'll send it to you right now. And if you want to look over it real quick, skim through. But this is an official site. It's not a crap site. So if you want to skim through that quick, but that's what I'm getting from it, that NXT is going to be involved.
Yeah, I've read this article. It's saying that NXT can be moved up to the main roster, but it doesn't say anything about NXT having picks.
It
does say that they could move
Superstar NXT.
Yeah, they are eligible to be drafted. It just doesn't say how many picks on it. Okay, so this was updated from when I saw it last. And what gave it away to me was on Raw last night when they showed the commercial for it, they put the yellow underneath. And I was like, that means NXT is involved in it, which is amazing because I'm so happy with that. I just want to know the picks. I tried to reach out to somebody on Twitter, seeing if they would give me an answer. They have not answered me back yet. So I was trying to see if I can get a good answer on whether they are going to be in it or not.
Yeah,
so I'm excited for it. I love doing drafts between this, NFL. I do all fantasy sports. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do a fantasy wrestling season. I just haven't figured out the proper way to do it yet. So that is something I'm trying to work on doing. I think that would be great if we could get that done too. So anybody has any ideas on that, want to work with me on that, just come see me. We could chat. I know, Mike, you like all doing all that stuff too, but I'm saying it for other people out there. I already had you in mind for trying to figure it out, but you do something different with WWE and all that, the 2Ks and that stuff. But I'm trying to figure out a way to do with.
I never did anything with 2K, but
you do like your whole thing on 2K that you do.
Oh no! What I do on 2K is just I build my own storylines. That's all I do.
Oh, okay. I thought you did like a fantasy thing on there.
No, that's Sean who does the
Sean does
thing. But okay. I have an idea on how you can do a point system for it, and if you'd like to chat about it, give you some ideas once we get off air.
Yeah, we can chat about it. Maybe not tonight, but soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about tonight before we head on out?
Mm,
Anybody have
I
any
don't know.
questions in the chat?
Oh yeah.
We usually open this up for
anybody with
questions.
questions. I will say this while I guess maybe we wait for any questions. I do like the idea that NXT is being involved in this because I mean, yeah, you know, the Raw and SmackDown, there's the you know, you don't know. You don't know if some are gonna stay and some are gonna go. But with NXT being having an actual pick within the rounds, it really sets itself off as being a real X factor because again, it's not 2 but 3, and again, there's a you know, you have a lot of the earlier stars that came down, I guess, like, you know, just like I guess that they didn't really have spots for them like on the main roster and all that, but I really like the idea of the draft because now it's like it makes things a lot more difficult. You go from having a 50% chance of where someone can go to like a 33 and a third percent chance. No Scott Steiner.
There's the obvious people that will not get drafted to NXT. Like if you fill out one of the mock drafts and you think that Drew McIntyre is going on to NXT, you should just not finish filling out your bracket.
Oh yeah, Cody Rhodes NXT. Shut up.
Right. Like there's certain people that are definitely not going down to NXT. So it kind of makes it easier as to who you think. But if you just look at what happened with Baron Corbin going back down to NXT, look what happened with Dijak going back down to NXT. Albeit his time on the main roster was horrible due to retribution, but still. So there's a lot of people that could definitely benefit from going to NXT just because it is a more controlled environment also. They can work on their craft. They can get better. They can work with the younger talent. Like Natalya going down to NXT right now. Yeah. Very smart move for WWE.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have Ivar who's on there tonight and last week.
I'm just curious as to see if they're putting people in the draft of who's coming to WWE. Like will Julia be in the draft?
Oh,
I know she's going to be in NXT. That's where she's starting. She's not going to get there till probably about July. But still, do you think that's something that they put her in there, or no, because she's not getting there till later on? Like, there's a lot of ifs and wonderings of what they could do with these wrestlers.
Exactly.
And I'm excited for the draft.
Exactly.
I really want them. I want them to make the draft 3 nights. So you have NXT, and then you send down Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis to NXT, and they get another 2 picks down there or 4 picks down there, and that's how. So you don't have to worry about doing the supplemental drafts afterwards.
Yeah, you have like you could do a thing of you could literally do like a thing of like how what is it? I remember how in like NXT when there were certain matches on, they would put like the camera into like another room. Mm-hmm. And you know, like you had the wrestlers literally reacting to the matches, and you know, it's sort of like the same thing with the you could do the same with the draft. I mean, you definitely be able to do the same thing with the draft too. You know, it's like this person's moving up to Raw, and it's like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah, I'm all for them having NXT participate in this, because if you go back to when they did the first draft when SmackDown went to Fox, they gave you that full-on draft feel, like you had the war rooms and everything like that. And adding NXT into that would just add to that. And that's one thing I hope they bring back is you see the people sitting in the war rooms making the picks, pretty much just like an NFL draft. They can really make it more entertaining by doing that again.
Well, that's the thing is, and this is not a coincidence that WWE has done the draft at this time of the year. They do it intentionally to pick up off of the chatter from the NFL draft.
Yeah.
So it's very smart of them.
Yeah, because the NFL draft it starts on Thursday the 25th and it ends on Saturday the 27th, and WWE is doing theirs the 26th through the 29th. So it's literally
Does it end on Saturday? I thought the NFL draft
NFL draft ends on Saturday.
one, rounds
So
2
round
and
one is
3,
on-
and then rounds 4 through 7. Yeah.
Yeah, round 1 is Thursday, 2 and 3 on Friday, and then the last four or 5 rounds.
Yeah.
is on.
No one watches on Saturday anyway.
I
rest my case.
select you. There we go.
I rest my case. No one watches on Saturday
So
because
I'm a
it's boring.
nobody?
Saturday is boring, Mike. I'm sorry. Saturday is boring.
Well, the thing is,
For the weekend.
with Saturday is it's round 4 through 7. It's a lot of your guys that are either going to be practice squad guys or guys that are going to make it to first or second cuts. That's who you. I mean, it's very rare that you're going to have a player from round 4 through 7 that makes
boring.
I enjoy watching it. So
I know. I'm just saying, like, the most interesting parts of the NFL draft are the first rounds and then rounds 2 and 3, because that's where most of the deals happen in regards to trades, and that's where all the big names go. 4 through 7, it's at that point, oh, this team needs this type of player. Now they're going to draft that. It's more about filling all the holes that you need for the backup roles to have somebody there in case somebody gets hurt. None of these guys are really going to see playing time in the NFL this year unless somebody gets hurt. Other than that, they're relegated to the kickoff or the kick return or the practice squad. Like, they become their special teams players. That's essentially what they become.
Your only guaranteed starters is your round 1 guys. Those are your guaranteed.
Sometimes round 2, depending on.
Yeah.
Round 2 typically would be your running backs and some wide receivers, depending on how deep your wide receiver staff is. Other than that, it's typically round 1 only. And you only get 1 pick usually. Some teams are lucky enough to have 2. But
the Bears and the Cardinals have 2 picks this year.
Yeah, the Bears have 1 and 9.
And the Cardinals have 4 and 20. They're in like the 20s, I think. And the Vikings also have 2. They're at number
6.
No, they're not at 6. They're at 10. They're at 11 and 23.
Right, that's right, because there's talk about them trying to trade up.
Well, no, they got the Texans trade from like 2 weeks ago, so they have 2 picks as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a lot of talk. I read a mock draft during NXT tonight, and one of the mock drafts, and it's a major one too. They're expecting 8 trades to happen in the first round. So
that's crazy.
It's supposed to be a really exciting night for the first round.
All right, guys, we've reached the end.
Logan Paul's the only champion left from the previous WWE era.
We're going to close out to that, and that's only because of what happened.
Yeah, I know.
We were relinquishing the belt last night.
Yep.
Let's close out the tab. Phil, where can we find you?
So, for the ladies and gentlemen that have stuck around to the end and still like seeing this beautiful face on your computer or your phone screen, you can check me out everywhere on your socials. Twitter, IG, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, all those good places. Under my name, it's usually about here. Phil the Future is where you're going to find me. I'm always here every Tuesday night for NXT on Tap. I'm around occasionally on Rivet City Radio's Boss Bitch Trivia Hour. That's usually on Thursdays, because I am still your reigning, defending, undisputed Boss Bitch Trivia World Champion. I'm looking for any and all challengers. And that's the whole shebang, if that does not sizzle your bacon.
All right, yeah, you can catch me all across the socials at Metal Mike 714. That's X, TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. As far as on the networks here, you can catch me every Monday night on the table spot right after Monday Night Raw with Sean and Cam. Every Wednesday night on the Boom with Cam and Phil right after AEW Dynamite. And every Sunday morning on Rivet City Red Zone with the Candyman himself, Johnny H. Just real quick special broadcasting note on Rivet City Red Zone. Johnny H is not going to be there this Sunday, So I'm doing a special draft show on Thursday next week, and then he will be back that Sunday. So I will be on Thursday, 2 hours for the draft from 6 to 8. Also, you can check out my articles on lwosports.com. I write Philadelphia Eagles content. Check that out as well. And Scalz, am I allowed to make my special announcement real quick?
Yes, you can.
Awesome. This Friday, I'm going to be on SiriusXM's channel 88 on the NFL Network. They are doing a special mock draft, and I'm going to be picking for the Eagles. So I will be on around 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to hear me on Moving the Chains, please listen. Check that out.
Way to go.
All right, guys. I am Scalz. Thank you for stopping by this evening. You can find me here on Off the Top on Twitch and YouTube, as well as Off the Top Media _ on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff. I want to thank you again. If you are interested in joining the Discord, you can check out the link tree. It has all of our links on there. It's also on our profile here, profile on YouTube. Anywhere you want to go, come on into the Discord. Let's get this shit going for next year. Want to thank everybody again for coming out. Hope you all have a great evening. Have a good night.